right, you know what they say. It's better late than never. Ralph Williams and the Ralph Opinion Show. Sorry about that, folks. I just wanted to let you know that we're having a little bit of, as usual, technical difficulties here tonight. I don't know what's going on, but we got things rolling now. Yeah, there's some Van Halen for you. And right now, all right, I'm Ralph Williams. It's great to be here tonight for the Ralph's Opinion Show. And we're here every single Wednesday night. We start at 7 o'clock usually, but tonight we got a little bit behind the eight ball because I had some technical issues once again tonight, and we had to get them fixed. So here we are. We finally made it. Pensman Sports says, how are you, Ralph? Thank you. Or if I can see this right here with these new glasses I have, it says, what's up, Ralph? How are you, Pensman? Thank you once again for being part of the program. So just to let you know that, anyone that comments, you're also welcome as part of the program as well. All right, let's get this, as they say, let's get this show on the road in some cases as well. So tonight we have a lot to talk about, including the good, the bad, and the ugly of Donald Trump, and a whole lot more all coming up later on tonight. So, or as we go along here on the show today or tonight here. So anyway, one thing I did want to talk about tonight was Donald Trump. And here's something that I really want to talk about as soon as I find, there we go. We're in Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios at 724-201-0500 Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You ought to call Mata, call them today for all your heating and air conditioning needs. We're in Studio 10 here in Berlin, Maryland. Every single Wednesday night, we're here at 7 o'clock unless otherwise noted. And tonight, we're not, once again, having one of those nights where we're having some technical problems here once again tonight. And so it's been like that for a while now, and I don't know what's going on, but we'll get it all ironed out here, apparently here. So, all right, it says, let's go. Let's go. The party started. Absolutely. There you go. Thank you very much for that, Pensman, as well. Cyberuski, let's see what he's up to. Donald Trump is, well, we'll see. See what's going on. Josh Dorr says Pensman. And it says, I support Ralphie and the burgers. There you go. All right. There you are. All right. Cyberuski's on tonight as well. All right. So, okay. Let's get started here. And the good, the bad, and the ugly of Donald Trump. And every Ralph's Opinion, every Wednesday, we do the good, the bad, and the ugly of Donald Trump. So tonight, we're going to talk about, some of the good, the bad, and the ugly this week of Donald Trump. What's ugly? And let me explain to you what's ugly right now. If you want to know what's really ugly, is this Ukraine-Russian war. Donald Trump promised, he said, I will have this war wrapped up within 24 hours as soon as I get elected. We're into 6 months, 7 months of his term. And now we're doing something that he promised would not be done as well. And that's sending troops, or not, I'm not troops, I'm sorry, sending equipment to Ukraine yet again. Okay. At least we're not giving them, what, $360 or $85 million in supplies or in cash or whatever it is we were given. And Vladimir Zelensky can't even change his, or Zelensky can't even change his shirt. Okay. There we are. That's what's going on tonight. Okay. All right. So, yep, Ukraine, you got that. Not real pleased right now about that, Cyberuski. Not pleased at all. I find it very difficult to believe from the beginning that when Donald Trump indicated that he was going to, what's the words I'm looking for? He was going to say, well, I can end this war in 24 hours. Well, how? I get that you have a good rapport with, uh, you know, Vladimir Putin. You have business dealings you've done with him over the years. Your first term, you had a pretty good rapport with him. Okay. But now, the ugly part of this, the good, the bad, the ugly of Donald Trump today is the fact that now we're sending weapons over to Ukraine. All right. We're sending them over there again and again because Russia doesn't understand what peace is. Russia doesn't want peace. They want it all. They want it all. The United States wants it all. Everybody wants it all. Okay? But nobody, and I say nobody, wants to sit down and talk about peace here. We want war. You got Hamas in Israel, Israel and Iran, the United States going back and forth with Iran, with everybody else. Okay? So it's the same old story every time. Here we go again. All right? It's not very, very nice. It's not good. It's not good for the world. It's not good for peace. It's not good for anything. Okay? Donald Trump's agitated people in a bad way with these tariffs. He's made these federal cuts in jobs all across the area, or all across the country here, with all this other stuff. You know, people are starting to see the truth. Yeah, that could be. You're right about that, Josh. You're not wrong. Yes, I am. I'm seeing the truth. And all I've ever spoken is the truth here. Some people think that I don't speak the truth, but you're wrong. I speak the truth here. I speak the truth on my radio show about what goes on in Pittsburgh. Myself and Tony Moreno every Saturday for the Ralph Williams Tony Moreno show. Okay, here we are this week, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams Tony Moreno show. Okay. We speak the truth. I speak it. I tell it the way I look at it, the way I see it. That's why this show is Ralph's Opinion, the way I see it. Also, every Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. 1250 a.m. The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial in Western Pennsylvania. And then also, don't forget, you can also tune in 1250 a.m. pgh.com. All right. Okay. It's a big mess. It is what it is. Okay. All right. I'm like, what? Yeah. Well, I do talk about Pittsburgh. Okay, Cyberooski. I still do. Pittsburgh has always once been my home, but I knew when to get out. I knew when to go. I knew when to leave. It's lawlessness up there. Okay. I don't know where you're from, Cyberooski, but if it's Pittsburgh, God help you. Because right now, it's lawlessness up there. But you see, there's one difference between perhaps if you live in Pittsburgh and me, is the fact that I have the guts to leave. Okay? I had the guts to leave. And I got out when I needed to. Okay? I got out when I needed to. But I'm not going to talk about that right now because we're going to get into that coming up at 8 o'clock with till 8:30 tonight. We're running behind because I had, again, some tech issues. Oh, you live in Texas. Well, good. I hope everything's okay with you there. I hope you don't have any flooding going on. I hope you're not in the path of the storm. Okay? All right. It says you had to get out because of your situation. Absolutely. Pensman's exactly correct. I got a lot to say tonight on the way I see it coming up at 8 o'clock. All right. A lot to say. You know why? Because Ocean City's trying to do it again, but we're going to talk about that later on. Right now, let's get back to Trump a little bit here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't want to be interrupted here anymore. All right. Okay. All right. Well, good for you, Cyberuski. I'm glad there's no flooding in your house. All right. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get back to Donald Trump here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What has he done good this week? Well, he passed the beautiful bill. The beautiful bill that everybody's up in arms about. It's going to affect this person. It's going to affect handicapped people. It's going to affect that. It's going to affect that. No, it's not. No, it's not. Why would the Republicans and the Democrats agree on a bill that really perhaps is going to kill this country with Medicaid? The reason for the cuts is the wasteful spending of the people who don't deserve it. The people who are trying to get Medicaid that don't want to work. And now, if you can work, you're going to be forced to work 10 hours a week, 80 hours a month. I'm sorry, 40 hours a month. Okay? 20 hours a week, something like that. I didn't look at the bill. I don't know what it is. Okay? But Medicare is not going to get cut. They're getting rid of it. Again, they're going to get rid of the people who don't deserve it, who don't belong. All right? People who don't belong on it, who don't deserve it. That's where the waste is coming in at. Okay? Thank you for that, Pensman. I appreciate that. Topics tonight, we're talking about Donald Trump. If you have nothing you want to add to that, that's fine. Later on the way I see it, we'll be talking about some stuff going on here in Ocean City that needs to be talked about. The city won't let it go. They won't let the short-term rentals go. They want it all. Putin wants it all. Trump wants it all. China wants it all. You want it all. Everybody wants it all. They can't have their little piece of the pie. I'll give you an example of that coming up, and I'll give you another in my series on the discrimination of manufactured homes. Okay? The discrimination against manufactured homes. All right? Yes, he did, Josh. He was down here with me. Didn't you see the pictures on the social media? That's right. I want it all, Cyberuski. Who wouldn't? I might as well join the party. You know, I'm content with what I have. I try to be. Okay? But it's hard to be content with what you have when what you have to most people isn't enough. For me, it's enough. I'm content with what I have. All right? But I got to have more and more and more because I got more and more and more issues going on. Is that you? Is that what you're doing? So now Donald Trump, in his ways of trying to fix the situation with Ukraine and Russia, is now sending weapons to Ukraine. That's why he's called Taco. All right. Okay. That is why he is called Taco by Wall Street. The tariffs he keeps changing. He keeps extending deadline after deadline after deadline after deadline. And what's bad about this now is him and Elon Musk are going at it again. Again. They're going at it. Elon Musk is out there going, I told you so. Trump, on the other hand, is trying to defend himself. The good, the bad, and the ugly of Donald Trump. Every Wednesday night here on the Ralph's Opinion Show. Okay? We got flooding all over the country. Texas governor's finally made it with the helicopter to fly over. FEMA's been cut. The National Weather Service didn't even send out an alarm. Didn't send anything out. That's bad on Trump because you know why? He was part of that deal with the Doge thing with Elon Musk and cutting all that. Okay? That is exactly what was going on here. All right? That's exactly it right there. Okay? The biggest mistake, which is ugly, is letting Elon Musk be in charge of anything other than cleaning toilets at the White House. Okay? All right? I lived in Pittsburgh my whole life. All right? All right. Pensman said just enough to get by. That is true. All right. Yeah, he is smarter than Trump, Josh. You could be smarter than somebody, but that doesn't mean you open your mouth and stick foot in it. Elon Musk was the one who did this. So he's going to sit there and now criticize the whole thing when you were the one that did this? Takes two to tango, man. But see, you're too busy selling Teslas that you don't understand that. He is a smart guy. Too smart for his money. Okay? I have no reason, because I know what some of you are going to say, that I'm jealous of Elon Musk. No, I'm not. I could care less about him. He's irrelevant in my life. What's he done for me? Did he bring me a Tesla? No. Okay. What's he do? Charges me extra fees on this Twitter X platform. So does Elon Musk do anything for me? No. So to me, he is irrelevant. And for some of you out there, he probably isn't irrelevant because he owns Tesla. He's a rich man. I don't care. I don't care if he's a rich man. All right? That's part of the ugly this week, or the bad. The fighting between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. All right? Another bad thing is, again, Trump promised to have this war between Ukraine and Russia cleaned up within, and I say within 24 hours. And we're going on 7 months, and now Russia's bombing Ukraine again. And they don't want peace. Putin wants to blow them away. Why? He can't be content with what he has. Why? He wants it all. All right? Okay? Well, that's good for you if you like espresso, Josh. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Hello, Tiger Stripes Media. Brian Pettit. How are you, Brian? Tune into him. Brian Pettit, Pensman Sports. Okay? And I got one more for you, too. All right? Here we are. First, we'll start off with Pensman Sports. Okay? Follow him on Twitter X. Also, don't forget to not only follow Pensman on Twitter X, but he's subscribed to his YouTube channel, Tiger Stripes Media with Brian Pettit. Do the same thing. Follow him on his Twitter X channel. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He has some good content and programming. Southern Fried Sports. Okay, J.D. Wyatt. Do the same for him. We're all in this together. Okay? And don't forget this Saturday, the triple header, Ralph Williams has returned. 8 to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show, 12:50 a.m., 92.5 The Answer, and 12:50 a.m., The Answer, PGH.com. All right? And then at 10 o'clock a.m., okay, the Saturday Sports Show, hosted by me, Ralph Williams, Leo Haggerty, and any special guests of our choosing to have on the program. Okay? All right? 10 a.m. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X platform, and also on the new Kick Network. We're also on Kick. All right? All right, there we are there. We're on the Kick Network as well. All right? And then, last but not least, on Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., the Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. Okay? There you are. Also coming back this next week, actually Saturday, we're going to have a special Ralph Report Wrestling edition to go over Saturday night's main event. Evolution's coming up on Sunday. WWE action. Had to cancel the shows yesterday, everybody, and I know those of you were quite frustrated. I heard about it. I had some what had happened was I had some remodelers that were supposed to come on Monday, but they had to cancel because of a scheduling conflict. Showed up yesterday. They were here all day long, and I couldn't use my equipment or anything because right where my studio door is at here, at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, okay, they were working on handicapping one of my bathrooms in here. And I have 3 bathrooms in this house. All right. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, 410-596-1681. Call Mike today. Mike Dotson Realty, if you're interested in short-term rentals, which we will be talking about at the 8 o'clock hour on The Way I See It. The reason for that is because, once again, Ocean City, Maryland, they want to be greedy. And I'm talking about greedy in a way that they've been trying to now for the last 6 months, and they have failed to stop short-term rentals. They want to dictate about short-term rentals. Okay? Now, they have some certain rules they want to do. Oh, very good. Thank you. All right. Yes, he is. NCAA football. He did a real good job on Friday. He had that EA Sports thing he was doing. And talk about what? I don't talk about nobody. I talk about people that I work with. Okay? Remodeling my house, Josh. Okay? I have 3 bathrooms here. They need to be handicap accessible. That's what I'm doing, if it concerns you in that perspective. Okay? All right. All right. Some more of the good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump. Good. Is this bill the best or the beautiful bill? Is that going to work? I don't know. I can't say. But what I do know is that everyone is in a panic right now. And I get it. There are some programs that are getting cut, like the daycare in Zimbabwe or wherever it was that was being funded by Medicaid or whatever it was. What was that? Over $12 million or something like that. And we took that and put it into our military, which cannot be weak now, because now we're going to be fighting with Iran. Okay? If you think Iran is going down without fight. You're wrong. Oh, yeah, they accepted the peace plan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Iran this, Iran that. Iran cannot be trusted. The Ayatollah Khomeini, and I've said this many times, could come knock on my door, dripping wet, and tell me it's raining outside. I'd have to look out the window because I don't believe him. I believe nothing that the Ayatollah says. China cannot be trusted. Okay? See, the thing with China that everyone has to understand here is that we need China and they need us. So we have to coincide with each other despite the fact we don't trust each other. Okay? And we can't let ourselves down. All right, Pensman. Yes, he has. Hit the like and subscribe button for Pensman Sports. Tiger Stripes Media. I'm sorry, Brian, that I didn't have my show yesterday because I would have gave you my opinion on that. But if you tune in at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or I'm sorry, YouTube and Facebook at 9 o'clock, I will be on with Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, Smoking Jim Frazier, and a few other guys tonight. And I'll tell you exactly what I feel about TJ Watt. Okay? Because TJ Watt, and I'm not going to talk about it here because we don't talk about that here on Ralph's Opinion the way I see it. I save it for Tuesday. I save it for Saturday. I save it for when I'm on other people's shows. But basically, if you want to know now, I'll tell you a little bit about it right here. TJ Watt's on the downside of his career. The playoff game that the Steelers were involved in this past season, he did nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? He didn't do a darn thing. Nothing whatsoever. He let a couple rookies get the best of him this year or this past year. He's been in and out with injuries. His brother, like Hulk Hogan would say it, is involved in a situation where J.J. Watt was in the same boat. When he turned 30, 31, his career started going on the downside. And he was hurt a lot more than TJ was. But I will give the Watts credit. They do a lot. Okay? They're good players. All right? Okay? But TJ Watt, if I'm the Steelers right now, yeah, no joke, Cyberuski came back too. There you go. That's right. Exactly, Pensman. Thank you. I was talking about Donald Trump there, but then I got blindsided here by a TJ Watt comment. But that's fine. All right. I will talk more about that tonight at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World on YouTube and Facebook tonight. Tune in. I'm on with the guys. Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, Smoking Jim Frazier. Okay. And I'll tell you more about TJ Watt. He's on the downside of his career. Trade him, get 2 first-round picks and a good player, and move on. You have some nice young depth that you can insert in there. Okay. You're overpaying Alex Highsmith. Maybe get rid of him and take that money and give it to TJ Watt. I don't know. Sometimes it's always best to have more than you need because you never know when you'll need it. Right now, that's where the Steelers are at. All right. Okay, let's see here. Pensman Sports here. Yeah, what Trump is doing right now is the beautiful bill, Pensman. Absolutely. Okay. Beautiful bill. Will it work? Cuts in federal jobs, cuts in the Medicare, cuts in Medicaid. There's a lot of you out there that are mad at me because I voted for Trump because of VA cuts. But he has expanded the defense budget. Recruiting, and this is the good part with Trump right now. Recruiting in the military is up big time, double what it was during the Biden administration. That's the good part of this. Tariffs. Now, the stock market, who made fun of him at Wall Street, now stocks are starting to climb. The trade deficit is starting to go away. We're no longer the world's redheaded stepchild. We don't have to eat it anymore. He's balanced the playing field with the trade tariffs. Okay? Right now, prices are up, but don't worry, they're going to be going down. Because you know why? Nobody's going to be buying China's products anymore. And China needs the United States to make money. Josh, look, dude, my dad was in the military. I tried to join the military. They didn't want me. Okay? That's all I got to say. I go no further. Why should I join? How can I join? First of all, I'm too old to enlist. That's number one. And number two, Josh, okay, I'm handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't join. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. So anyway, getting back to this now. All right. The bottom line is this week's Good, the Bad, the Ugly of Donald Trump. This week on Ralph's Opinion. All right. More shootings going on across the country. The one up in Minnesota, it's called Ralph's Wrap Up. Shame on this guy. Shame on the guy who is now in, who killed that United Healthcare. Shame on him. Going after postal employees. Shame on you. Okay? What, you got fired? So you're going to go after postal employees? Going to steal keys? Going to rob postal employees? Shoot at them? Shame on you. Shame on you. This is a new segment as part of the Ralph's Opinion show. It's called Ralph's Wrap Up. Okay? And we're going to wrap the show up tonight with this. Shame on you. Shame on you tonight. Shame on you for not going out and getting a job when there's 8.2 million jobs out there in this country. Shame on you. Okay? For thinking that the beautiful bill is already a negative when it could be a positive. Because look at the tariffs, despite the fact Trump's changed them around. Okay? All right? You want to know what taco means? Trump always cops out. Okay? But now Wall Street is, gas prices are at a lower this holiday season than they were last holiday season. We have natural gas coming back. We have nuclear power coming back. We have wind solar power still going. You got all these crybabies out here that are screaming and hollering about solar power. It's still there. But you want it to be all solar power. Doesn't work that way. Okay? Biden wanted all electric cars. Doesn't work that way, Uncle Joe. Sorry. Okay? And what doesn't work is Medicaid waste, Medicare waste, Social Security waste. Waste, waste, waste. $365 million every other quarter we're sending to Ukraine. Trump hasn't sent them a red nickel except for some weapons that they're currently sending now. So don't go out there and say he made his promise. He wasn't sending me more money. Now he has to send him equipment because Russia don't know how to behave. It's that simple. Okay? All right. That's Ralph's wrap up tonight. All right. We'll be back shortly for the way I see it. Until next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. If I don't have any more technical and mechanical issues or whatever other issues I've been having lately, I'll be on time. If not, it'll be 7:30. Depends on how my day goes. It might be 7:30. Okay? Because I had another rough one today. Almost didn't put the show on today. All right? All right, we'll be back shortly for the way I see it. Thank you all for participating in the comments section tonight. And until next week, have yourself a great one. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the way I see it.
Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
It used to seem to me that my life ran out too fast, and I have to take it slowly just to make it good start back. But when you're born to run, it's so hard to just slow down. So don't be surprised to see me back in the right part of town. I'll be back in the high again.
Oh, yeah, some Stevie Winwood for you. In the high life again. I am Ralph Williams. We're back in this high life tonight, and it's the way I see it right here with me, Ralph Williams, immediately following the Ralph's Opinion Show. And we're here every single Wednesday night on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platforms as well. All right, and we're also sponsored by our studio sponsor, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call today if you live in the Western Pennsylvania area. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, some of the best in the you ought to call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Also, and I say also, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute here, as soon as I let me get on the Facebook page here and see who's all tuning in on Facebook, which I didn't do last show because I ended up having to get on in a hurry because we had some issues with some tech problems once again, which I got fixed up here once again. All right. Mike Dotson Realty here in Ocean City, Maryland. And that is, his number is 410-596-1681. That's 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. All right. Comment section's open tonight as usual. We have some usual friends and some usual comments. Stick to the topics, guys, please, tonight. All right. Last show, you guys kept going off topic. Please stick to it. All right. I would graciously appreciate it. All right. And that's warning number one. Okay. Stick to the topics at hand. All right. So, okay. All right. Pensman here says, what do you see this week? Well, I'm going to tell you what I see this week, Pensman. All right. I'll tell you exactly what I see. I see Ocean City, Maryland's government at it again. What in the world, Mayor Rick Meehan? What part of you can't try to squeeze blood out of a stone, man? Okay? Every single week you keep trying to make ordinances for short-term rentals. There are companies out here that operate a business that rent short-term rentals. Now you want to dictate, you want to tell people what they can and cannot do in these short-term rentals. You want them to, the minimum they can stay 7 days. That might be good for some people, but not everybody wants to stay for 7 days. Okay? What are you going to do? Are you going to tell the hotel people that rent a hotel that they can't come overnight in Ocean City anymore? They have to stay for 7 days because your businesses on the boardwalk can't make money? Last week, I heard some whining and crying coming from the businesses on the boardwalk in Ocean City. We didn't make any money during the Memorial Day weekend. We did a rock concert. We did a festival. We didn't make any money. Bull. 100,000 people on the boardwalk in the course of 2 days, and you couldn't make a dime? Give me a break. Then I'm going to tell you another story. You went ahead and you charged all these people double amounts of money, okay, for that rock concert. You charged, a beer was $11, you charged $22. And this weekend, I went to go meet my friend Pensman Sports on Saturday. It took me an hour just to get into town, a little more than an hour. And I don't even live that far from Ocean City. All right? It took me another hour to get home. Now, I know people who have said to me that they go to Myrtle Beach, they can go on a cruise. It's a lot. They can fly to Europe. They can go anywhere cheaper than Ocean City, Maryland. And they've done that. All right? So, Ocean City, Maryland has the wrong idea here. The wrong idea. You had all these hotels. Oh, yeah. We did really good this weekend because you had no other option because they're squeezing out short-term rentals. How many court hearings do these short-term rental companies and some of these other people have to go to get this squashed? All right? Okay? How many? Explain to me how many. Okay? They already went to, a half dozen judges already that have taken the petitions and squashed out this short-term rental? Now, all of a sudden, we got a judge out there who says, it's okay for Ocean City to, put an ordinance on short-term rentals to where the minimum stay is 7 days. Now that they're mad because they didn't get their way, Mr. Rick Meehan, okay, the mayor of Ocean City. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go and say, okay, we're going to have 30 days now is the minimum. So if you want a short-term rental, the minimum you can stay is 30 days. So that means you are forced to stay 30 days. That's insane. Insane. That is so insane, Ocean City, Maryland, and the Mayor Rick Meehan, that I don't even understand how, I have something called stupid never takes a vacation. Okay? That right there is stupid. You want people to come to Ocean City. I've said this many times and I'll say it again. Stop gouging and squeezing blood out of a stone. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. But what I say is not going to do any good because a lot of you out there, and it was nice to see my friend Pensman Sports and his wife. They came. We had a good time on Saturday. Went to eat at the Bonfire, my favorite restaurant. Okay, but I'm tired of the government in Ocean City, Maryland, trying to squeeze blood out of a stone. I'm tired of them going after people. I know somebody who does short-term rentals in this town. Okay, all right. Well, the hotels aren't making any money. Well, that's too bad. Tell them to lower their rates. Okay, then maybe they would make some money. You ever think of that for a minute? I get it. And I get it, Rick Meehan. You don't want certain people here. You don't want the poor here. You don't want the people who, what do we call them in Pittsburgh? We just call them the riffraff, the derelicts, you know what I mean? You don't want those folks here. No, 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 no. You don't want them. No. Okay. So you charge $600 a night or $1,000 a night or $1,800 a night for a room. All right. No, I have not said my opinion on Epstein. Okay. Will sometime, George, but not right now. Right now, my topic at this time is I'm gonna sink into the heads of all of you people out there who insist on paying absorbent amount of money to go to Ocean City. And look, I get it. You're trying to make money on the boardwalk. I get it. This is a resort summer town. But wouldn't you rather run out of inventory and order more than to have the same inventory carried over to next summer because you can't sell it because you want to be greedy? You see what I'm getting at? $1,800 a night for a room at Cambria. Shame on you, Cambria Suites. Shame. And there are people out there who's stupid, never takes a vacation, would pay for that. Okay? Thank you, Pensman, for helping me out with the comment section. Okay? Yeah, they have an issue making money on the boardwalk, Pensman, and you know it and I know it because they charge too much. Okay? In September, they're having a country powwow. They're having some kind of country western fest or a country festival. Luke Bryan, not Kenny Chesney, Luke Bryan, Luke Wayne, or whatever the hell some of these folks' names are. Okay, all right. Big festival, just like they had the Rock Fest back in May. Same concept in September, October, the same way. They're having another some other kind of festival. You'll make so much money if you play your cards right that you would know what you're doing. Okay? All right? So, Rick Meehan, I want you here. I want you to come on this program and I want you to explain to me why you continue to gouge people and squeeze blood out of a stone. Okay? Okay, here's the thing. You might think that these boardwalk people that have these businesses make what? Whatever they made this 4th of July weekend. A lot of them actually, believe it or not, said positive things about this 4th of July weekend. But it was still off from last year. I wonder why, Rick. I wonder why. I wonder why. Think about that for a second. It was off from last year. I wonder why. I wonder why it takes until July for the boardwalk to make money. Because you let the college kids, the seniors, come for what's called senior week in the beginning of June. And you know it, and I know it, and I got nothing against college kids. They spend no money. I know. I was in the service in the customer service industry for 35 years. They spend no money. Okay, college kids don't spend money. I have no idea, George, who Chris Turk even is. I know a few of Ridley Scott. I know some of the directors out there. I don't know who Chris Turk is. Okay, I have no clue. I have no idea, George. Sorry. Thank you for watching the program tonight. Okay. And what I saw this weekend on Saturday was a bunch of out of towners who have no idea how to drive, kept trying to sneak up on the other side of the lane. And I saw Ocean City Police not doing their job. Okay. You want me to start there too, Rick? Rick Meehan, the mayor of Ocean City? You and the council there? You want to get rid of short-term rentals? You want all the money to go to the hotels? Yeah. It's not. The minimum short-term rental is 7 days. Some people can't take off work 7 days. But you don't want nobody to save money, Rick. You want people to make sure that when they come here, they're going to spend money. If you had cheaper room rates, they would spend money. They would come more. But see, Rick, you don't, I don't know if you have a degree in business or how long you've been in politics, because I don't know. I don't know you very well. But what I do know is what you're doing. And you keep on at it and at it and at it and at it. What happens when you keep doing the same thing and getting the same result? The courts keep shooting it down. The short-term rental people keep coming at you with petitions, or coming at the court system with petitions. And what's your policies on short-term rentals keep on getting what? Shot down by a judge? It's called insane. That's what insane is. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a better result. Leave it go, Rick. Build an Ocean City. Quit gouging people. You'll get more people, and you'll still keep out the riffraff, the derelicts, or whomever, the ones you don't want there, because you don't want the rooms to be too cheap now. Okay? Or the homeless staying in some of these cheapy motels, or whatever they call roach coaches, or roach motels, or whatever they call them. Okay? I've told this story many times. My former podiatrist said some friends came down here for a night. They were coming down. They left at 4 o'clock in the morning, got here at 10 a.m. They were tired. Walked the boardwalk, went to Jolly Roger Park, did a lot of stuff. Wanted to get a room. Didn't feel like the 6-hour drive back to Pittsburgh. What happened? They got tired. They wanted to get a room. Even the cheap hotels were $200 a night. You think the reason they come for one day is because they can't afford to stay at a hotel here. Is that what you want, Rick? Do you want the ones to come just for the day and leave and don't spend any money? Or do you want people who will come and spend maybe 3 or 4 nights here and spend a lot of money? What do you want, Rick? Can't have your cake and eat it too, Rick. Rick Meehan, mayor of Ocean City. Can't have your cake and eat it too, my friend. I'm sorry. I've tried for years. I can't. In a perfect world, to try to have your cake and eat it too, it just doesn't work. And it's not where it doesn't work for me. Why should it work for anyone else? But the one thing that really gets me is there are people out there that are complete morons. And I'm talking about morons, idiots, that kind of thing. And do you know they're the ones that have their cake and eat it too? You ever notice that? Yeah. But what I've learned to do is I've learned to be content on with what I have and stop worrying about trying to have my cake and eat it too. I have tried to do that over the years. It has never worked for me. So why do the same thing over and over again and expecting to still have my cake and eat it too when I can't? There are some, not a lot, of people out there who do that, have their cake and eat it too. All right. Okay. They really do. All right. But you see what I'm getting at now? How do you hurt somebody? How do you get them to change their policies? How do you get them to you stick it to their wallet? Okay. Rick Meehan, mayor of Ocean City. Quit sticking it to everybody's wallet in Ocean City. Stop it. Okay. Make it affordable for everyone to come to Ocean City. I know why you don't want everyone there because you don't want to have the police running all over the place. You don't want to have, that kind of thing. I get that. All right. Thank you, Pensman. I'm glad you're back. You can monitor my comments section for me tonight. Thank you for your help. Thank you for Saturday. It was a great visit. Okay. Now there we are. That's the way I see it tonight about Ocean City, Maryland. That's the way I see it tonight about that. About Rick Meehan and the mayor and the city council of Ocean City, Maryland, continuously trying to stick it to the short-term rental people. And in my Ralph's wrap up on this show, which of course on this show we're gonna have a Ralph's wrap up as well. Okay. In fact, come to think of it, I might move this to 7:30 and then 8 o'clock, and then only do two half-hour shows, making it 1 hour, but you get two shows. You see, that's even. You know what that is? That's a bargain. That's a bargain because sometimes you have one show that's a half an hour, and another show you might have to wait on the next day. That's another half an hour. You're getting two half-hour shows in one night. That's a bargain, man. It's a bargain. You know what? Considering the bad day I had today, I'm basically in a good mood when I'm on the air here. I try to be, at least. You know. Thank you, Pensman. I appreciate that. No, 9 o'clock. I'm invited on. I'm not. It's not my show. 9 o'clock. It's my friends Claudio, Luther, and Smoke and Jim. It's their show. They invite me, and then maybe around 10 o'clock, you might see me on another show. Yeah. I make my rounds. Some people I can work with, others I can't. So, you know, check out check out my YouTube channel nowadays. I'm up over 2,000, working on 3,000. I'm helping Pensman. I'm helping Brian Pettit and the Tiger Paw Network or the Tiger Sports Media. I'm helping him out. Helping JD Wyatt out. Okay. All right. There we are. Pensman Sports. He covers Yankees. He loves New York sports and a whole lot more. And he's on with me at times on shows, especially Saturday morning. All right. On the Saturday sports show, Tiger Stripes Media with Brian Pettit. Ryan covers Clemson sports and a whole lot more as well. He does EIA sports. He did a college football thing. He had a show. It was really good. Southern Fried Sports here with J.D. Wyatt as well. Okay. And don't forget again, this Saturday, the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition, immediately following Saturday night's main event. We're going to talk about Saturday night's main event. Will Goldberg beat Gunther? Or will he bow out a loser? How about Seth Rollins versus LA Knight? How about the Bloodline? We'll talk. We got a lot to talk about. Evolution on Sunday. The Evolution pay-per-view, the all-women's pay-per-view for WWE. Some great matches there. It's great that they're bringing that back. Okay? Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show, Western Pennsylvania's #1 rated radio show in the entire Western Pennsylvania area. 12:50 a.m., 92.5 FM, The Answer, pgh.com as well. You can tune in. If you live in Alaska, Texas, Seattle, Washington, all across the United States. And then at 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 p.m., same station, same format, same everything, but except it's sports. Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., 92.5, 12:50 a.m., The Answer, and 12:50 a.m., The Answer, pgh.com. The Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. Okay? Don't forget tonight, 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World, host Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, Smoking Jim Frazier, myself, and a few other folks. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Is TJ Watt on the downside of his career? Yes. Should he be re-signed by the Steelers? No. Okay? Don't forget the Saturday Sports Show, 10 a.m. as part of the triple header of Ralph. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Kick networks. And the Huddle Sports Network as well. All right? Don't forget to tune in. Put it on your calendar. All right? It's that simple. All right. I have a couple more minutes here left in the show tonight. I actually wasn't going to do either one of these shows tonight. I had what they call a rough day today. I had to get my van fixed. Having issues with my ramp. They had to get a special part for it. Was supposed to go yesterday. Had something else happen. Had to go today. Yesterday I had remodelers here fixing my house. You know, that's what happens when you invest in a home. Things happen. Today, some things happened that didn't really make my day. So it's been one thing after another here in paradise. Okay. Games being played on me. All right. Thank you, Pensman. I appreciate it. Likewise to you as well. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying to you is this. I had a rough day today. And I've been getting harassed here by a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, who is mad at me because he was a thief. And, you know, I don't know what makes you think that I'm not going to expose you on my programs. I do, and I will. Okay. All right. I'll expose anybody that I want to expose for what they are. I've been threatened that someone's going to expose who I am. That's fine. I don't care. I do what I do. I put the shows on that I put on. People love my content. People love it all the time. And in my wrap up, in another segment here, another part of my wrap up tonight. Oh, here we go. I got so entwined in the Ocean City stuff with Mayor Rick Mahan, it makes me sick. Okay. I have a warranty on my home, on my appliances, and also on my roof and some other stuff. Well, you're not going to guess what this insurance or whatever you want to call it, warranty kind of thing, said to me today. Well, we can't cover that because you have a manufactured home. Don't you think that's getting sick? Don't you think, of all the times that I've been talking about manufactured homes being racist against manufactured homes by the insurance industry? And here's the funny part of this whole kip and caboodle. I have an opportunity to get somebody on here, but they don't want to come on with me because they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. They get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't have to be at work until 9. They're up at 4 a.m. Okay. Why? I don't know. That's, everyone has their time to go to bed. Okay. So here we are. Once again, manufactured homes get another dose of racism or another dose of prejudicial things. And again, we get away with it. That's the whole point of the problem. I'm a one-man gang here. Nobody wants to fight with me against these insurance companies or anybody. Nobody wants to go to a politician and say, if you don't do something about this, I'm going to vote you out. You want to put a dent in their wallet? Make them tell them, I want you to do something. I want you to go to regulatory commission, and I want you to come up with some rules. Okay? It's that simple. Okay? I'm Ralph Williams. This has been the way I see it. You have yourself a great night. Thank you for watching. See you at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World.